Well, hello out there in YouTube land. It is finally October. Happy spooky season, everybody. Oh, Lord. Typical fall weather here in New Jersey. Yesterday it was almost like 70 degrees, 80 degrees, and today I got the Sherpa Line hoodie out. Spring and fall in this area are a mess because you never know what you're going to get each day. Anyway, got my nice hot cup of coffee to start off the day before I go to work. We just wrapped up the reading event Shake Timber where we read Shakespeare. Sadly, I didn't get to do nearly as much as I wanted to myself, but I've been watching a lot of other people's videos too, so it wasn't a complete missed opportunity. Anyway, I'll probably do like another video, at least wrap up one play that I almost finished. So, in the meantime, I went to the bookstore the other day and I got a couple of reads for spooky season. I always love this time of year, full of movies. Plan on watching the old classics like the Universal monsters, Frankenstein, Dracula, all those guys. Well, some other modern day movies I'll probably catch up on and let you all know about, including there's a Batman one. There's an animated movie about Batman that came out a few years ago. I'll tell you all about it in a future video for this upcoming month because I'm definitely going to rewatch it. So, as far as my Halloween reads, I found 2 books. I think like both ends of the spectrum. One seems a lot of fun, the other one disturbing. And that's what horror is nowadays. It's either fun and entertaining or straight up disturbing, because you really can't scare people anymore. So let's see here. Let's start things off with the disturbing book, shall we? This is a book by Stephen King. It was a novella actually by Stephen King. Go. 1922. My hand's blocking. You see the little rat in the corner there. Rats play a big part of the story. Yeah, Stephen King, he likes rats, doesn't he? Anyway, this was part of this was a novella from one of Stephen King's many novella collections. The name of that collection was called Full Dark, No Stars. Now, could that be more? I couldn't think of a better title. Full Dark, No Stars. No light, no hope, bleak. I tell you, I never read this one, but a few years ago, this was made into a movie on Netflix. Let me see, it looked interesting. I tell you, that was about the damn darkest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, when that movie was over, I just like felt bleak, just like numb after. Ugh. You'll understand why in a minute. I'll explain to you what the plot is. So, in the book, it's about a man. He's a farmer in the Midwest, and in 1922, he murdered his wife. And that's not a spoiler. It's right in the very beginning. It's like the whole story is really a confession. So the man killed his wife because he kind of married into money. So her family owned the property that they farmed, and she wanted out of it. She was offered a big deal for the land. She says, so she tells her husband, I'm taking our son. I'm moving to the city. You can come with me if you want, or not. Then I'll divorce you. And so he starts a plan in motion to corrupt their teenage son and help him out in removing his wife and the boy's mother. And this is like a long drawn out process. Like, he really has to corrupt the son. So yeah, you understand what I mean when I said this is about the darkest thing I've ever read. So definitely look forward to reading this and torturing myself. So ew. So yeah, I want to get the dark, disturbing story out of the way first, and we'll get to the lighthearted one now. Okay, folks, right off the bat, this was a cover by. Before I even talk about who wrote it or the title, just look at the cover for a moment. Now, I saw this on the shelf. I immediately thought of the luchadors. But you don't know, luchadors are the professional wrestlers in Mexico. They usually wear these masks. So that was the first thing that popped in my mind when I saw this image. As it turns out, yes, that is in fact part of the story. There are professional wrestlers involved. I tell you, I'll always have a love in my heart for professional wrestling, but admittedly, I haven't watched it in a long time. It's I just feel like I've seen it all. I've seen so much footage, different promotions, and I've seen, decades old footage. I just feel like I've seen it all, so I really haven't watched wrestling in a long time. The last time I was really excited about wrestling was the late great Bray Wyatt. You might know his name if you're familiar with wrestling. Yeah, for spooky season, I might as well do a video about him because he came up with a character called the Fiend. Put a little picture up here for you. that's one hell of an origin story. The guy was just like, you couldn't take your eyes off him whenever he was on television. So, but anyway, I digress. So, pro wrestling, and indeed, this is part of the story. And we'll start with the title: Zombie Bake Off. So, this is very this cover raises a lot of questions. I definitely want to pick this up off the shelf and read it to find out what's going on here. Of course, the author gets Stephen Graham Jones. I'm like, oh, that's a popular name these days. He wrote, say, The Only Good Indians and My Heart is a Chainsaw. I think that was the one. I know been watching a lot of you people out there review his books, and they've all seemed pretty positive. So yeah, I had to pick up this one. So I'll read a little bit of the back for you of the story. Essentially, in Texas, there's a wrestling event going on, as well as a cook-off. A wrestling event / cook-off, and there are donuts being served, and the donuts turn people into zombies. I know, it sounds amazing, doesn't it? So, on a side note too, I love donuts. You see, like in the mask, like his eyes are donuts. There's little donuts all over the back. My two passions: wrestling and donuts. That's why I don't eat donuts anymore, because I could devour too many of those things. Anyway, so yeah, wrestling and donuts. It was good. It sounded good for me. Some good Halloween fun. Let's see. Let me read a line up the back here for you. So let's see. There's a bunch of undead wrestlers squaring off against kitchen divas and soccer moms. And as the contagion spreads, the few survivors, armed with mixers, booth poles, and a Zamboni, must fight to keep their heads on straight and off the menu. I know, it sounds incredible, doesn't it? So, I'm definitely looking forward to this one. Let's wrap it up, folks. Okay, Zombie Bake Off in 1922. These are two books I know I'm going to read for spooky season. I'm sure I'm going to pick up some more along the way, highlight a movie or two. And I look forward to seeing what everyone else is reading and watching in this beautiful time of year. Okay, take care, everyone. I shall see you down the road. Bye-bye.